Hello, my name is Emerson Fair, and today I'll be talking about the JDRF One walk. I'm just gonna forward a couple slides just to look at some pictures. Anyways, $376 million, the amount of money that JDRF raised in the year of 2022. JDRF stands for Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. They hold walks throughout the year to encouraging people to raise money and walk for those with the lifelong disease of type 1 diabetes. First, we will talk about what type 1 diabetes is. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease that attacks the body's pancreas, causing the body to render any production of insulin. Insulin is a hormone that kind of levels out blood sugar levels. Every day in a diabetic's life, they will use many needles, whether that is to inject insulin or test their blood sugar to make sure they are giving the right amount of insulin or eating the right amount of carbs. It's very confusing, but the main idea is it is a lifelong disease and there's no cure yet. Now we can kind of talk about JDRF now that we have a little bit of a background on what type 1 diabetes is. JDRF stands for Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. It was founded on May 28th of 1970 by Lee DeCat, Erwin Lurie, and Carol Lurie. I believe it was the Luries that had a child who was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and they said, if money is what is needed to find a cure, they will bring up some money to find a cure so that no other parents have to go through this. So here came JDRF. Their main mission statement was to turn type 1 into type none. Since 1970, they have raised over $2 billion to go towards diabetes research. And some of it has been successful, others not. But the main reason that a cure needs to be found is because, again, it is a lifelong disease. People need to prick their fingers, they need to give themselves injections. And it's just a pain. It is a very, you have to be very tentative to it. So yeah, anyways. So some of the research they have done is cell rehabilitation, where they take healthy beta cells and replace the attacked beta cells. They replace them to hopefully create some production in the pancreas once again. Now there would be disease modifying therapy and screening and monitoring, where they would take someone that has a high possibility of getting type 1 diabetes, and they try to find them before they get diagnosed, take some labs, screen and monitor them, and see if there's anything they can do to prevent type 1 diabetes to get diagnosed. And we'll stay on that slide. One huge reason that diabetes needs to find a cure, again, it is a tentative disease. You have to basically watch it 24/7, every single day of your life. It will never go away. It is a chronic lifelong disease. I cannot stress that enough. Just because it is called juvenile diabetes does not mean that you can grow out of it. No amount of exercise or healthy eating can get rid of this. It is an autoimmune disease. It is chronic. It is lifelong. However, pharmaceutical companies make bank off of type 1 diabetics. Humalog, which is a type of insulin that my mom uses, she said when she was, I believe, 16, 17, cost $25 to buy a vial of insulin. Today, that same vial of insulin, of Humalog insulin, costs over $330. And I would say, and she says she goes through about a vial every 2 to 3 weeks. That means 2 to 3 vials of insulin a month, $1,000 every month. And this is for every diabetic. No, some diabetics use more insulin, some use less, but they all use insulin. And this insulin is so expensive. And people are struggling to find the money. And a huge reason why I think people need to go on these walks and kind of join together as a group is just to kind of understand what these people kind of have to go through. I mean, my mom doesn't live like a horrible life, but I mean, sometimes she gets stressed out. She just doesn't want to have diabetes anymore. I have gone on one of the JDRF walks. It was just a really cool experience. I was young, so I didn't really quite understand everything that was happening. I knew what type 1 diabetes was. My mom had it. My best friend Macy has it. Well, they both have it, but they were both diagnosed at the age of 9. It was just cool to be there. I raised $123. And even though I raised $123, that doesn't seem like much, but that was $123 that wouldn't have been raised otherwise. So I think everybody should think about possibly going on the walks. It's a 5K walk. It's a really fun. There's food, there's drinks, there's everything. There's little bouncy houses. It is a fun experience. It is great for kids, adults alike. It's just a very fun experience, especially if you have a family member or a friend that is type 1 diabetic. Some main reasons I would say why you should participate in a type JDRF One walk would be raise money for those with type 1 diabetes, of course. Like, yeah. Be one of the thousands of people a year that go on these walks and participate, and to kind of feel the team effort in that walk. I believe that every dollar that is donated to any charity or foundation is worth. Even if it is a dollar, it is a dollar that wasn't there before. I believe that with everybody and anybody's help, we can turn type 1 into type none. Thank you.